Hello dancers, welcome to another video by the Stretch Empire. Please don't forget to subscribe so we can reach 1,000 followers. Today we're going to be going over foot pronation. This is actually something that can help with your toe point. This is what foot pronation looks like here. It's a combination of standing inside of the arches and a weakening of the bottom of the foot. This can cause anything from arch pain to flat feet to balance issues to tightness in the inner thighs and certain part of the hips and the hamstring. But thank goodness it is fixable. There's just a very specific recipe for success. So in order to stop standing like this and start standing more on the outside of your feet, there's a couple things we need to do. Let's point out the areas that are affected. So the knees often cave in. The hips are often very weak. The inner thigh is shortened, here you can see, and the outer calf is shortened. So we need to attack the knees caving in first in order to help support all of the training that's going to go on in the arches. So what we're going to do is reverse all of that. We're going to strengthen the bottom foot, lengthen the side of the calf in order to pull the knees out, and then we're going to stretch the inner thigh and lengthen that and strengthen the glutes. So I know as dance teachers we never say to sickle, but we do need to lengthen that calf. So we're going to take the opposite hand, turn the heel to face inside, and then we're going to straighten the leg. Sitting up nice and straight so you get a proper stretch in your hamstring, you're going to repeat 12 of these. Pulling in and pulling out, keeping some good tension in your elbows so you're really pulling that foot into a flex position and sickling that foot. And you'll feel it right alongside of your calf all the way up into your knee. Then you're going to pull across and hold for about 10 to 15 seconds. Pause the video now to do 12 reps and a hold on each side. Next we're going to grab a yoga block, lean forward, and make sure we have a nice long back. Give those knees a good squeeze, and then you're going to tilt your foot to face inside. We're going to do 20 reps, so it's going to be 10 on each side. So you can do 1 and 1, 2 and 2. The next one here, we're going to grab our band. Any resistance is fine. We're going to set our foot on the edge of the band and go ahead and work through that big toe. Push it down and really press, and then pull it up and let it stretch. We're going to do 20 reps on each foot. Then we're going to stand up and we're going to put our weight on the outside of our feet. And then you're going to scrunch up all of your toes. You want to make sure that you lift your arches up enough to be able to also tuck in your pinky toe. But really, we're mainly working through that big toe and squeezing as hard as we can. Go ahead and knock out 30 reps here. The next one at first is kind of hard to coordinate, so don't get frustrated, but you're going to try to lift your big toe while pressing the little toes into the ground, and then you try to lift up all of your other toes at the same time. You want to keep your ankle really sturdy. Try not to let your ankle rock back and forth. You want all of the movement to be happening between your toes. We're going to do 20 each foot. This is 1 and 1. 2 and 2. Next we're going to grab a sock, fold it in half, and then we want to slip it right underneath the big toe so that we're predominantly holding it with the big toe. Do not hold it with your pinky toe, make sure that it's right on the big toe. Sitting down, you're going to go ahead and extend your leg out and give your knee a nice squeeze, and you're going to go to the limit where you can go without letting the sock drop. If you cannot point your foot as deep as mine, that is totally okay. You need to work to the point when you feel your big toes start to open up, and then pull it back and squeeze with all that you can. Your point is going to improve greatly if you're doing these every day. Go ahead and knock out 20 reps here. Grab anything that you can fold up that's going to give you a little bit of height and be even on both feet. You're going to slip it underneath your arches. With the outside of our feet on the floor, we're going to place our arches right on top of the edges so we're standing on the outside of our feet. We're going to put a band around our knees and make sure that our knees are hip width apart. We're going to scooch our butt nice and close to our heels, lay down on our back. Pulling the knees out against the band and standing neutral in our foot, allowing it to support our arch. We're gonna push our glutes up and then set it back down. Try to keep good tension, try not to relax at the bottom. We're gonna complete 2 sets of 20 reps here. Pay attention really quickly though while I give you a good form correction, because this is very, very important in order to strengthen our glutes correctly. So form is gonna be very important when we're doing these hip bridges. We don't want to arch the back. So I'm going to show you a good example here as to what that looks like. It can look like this, just lifting the lower back off, and then it can also look like this where we're pulling our rib cage off the ground. We want to tuck that in, push it to the ground, and then tuck our pelvis under and make sure we're squeezing up only through our butt. Thanks for joining in and watching how to correct pronated feet and also get a really beautiful toe point. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Thanks for joining.